Like the song, Jeff? I'm always putting you on the underground stuff.
Bro, no.
I'll keep being patient, I'll just be here waiting until I'm famous. Hey, white hoes in the backseat, blasting through the speakerphone. We got money if you asking. Don't like your jokes, wipe his nose if he acting. Caught him lacking, 4-4 pistol packing. I feel fantastic, speeding through traffic like I'm TD playing Madden. Knock him out, he like what happened. Speaking in past tense, he ain't know what happened. Fasten your seatbelt, it's about to get lethal. I see you through the people, pierce you like a needle. Keep on talking trash, you just mad cause you can have it. Keep on talking trash, someone puts you in a casket. You just want the spotlight, yeah. You just want the high life, yeah. But I'ma make it my time. You shine, you shine, I'ma make it my time. Goodbye, good night. Lights off, shut it down.
Alright.
Haters keep on crying, we be flying while they lying, yeah.
You get everything you wanted from Christmas, bro?
Yeah, I was good boy.
Were you on the nice list?
Apparently so. And it treated me well.
Hey, white hoes in the backseat, blasting through the speakerphone. We got money if you asking. We don't like your jokes, rub his nose if he acting. Caught him lacking, 4-4 pistol packing. I feel fantastic, speeding through traffic like I'm TD playing Madden.
Sir, what up, Chris?
Knock him out, he like what happened. Speaking in past tense, he ain't know what happened.
Gander with a sub. Appreciate you, bro.
I see you through the people, pierce you like a
love you.
needle.
12 months, man. Congrats on the year. That's awesome.
Keep on talking trash, someone puts you in a casket.
We need another song to get people waked up. Let's see. How deep is your love? This one's perfect. Malik with a sub. Ian with a sub. The boys are waking up early today. Shout out you guys. Malik with 12 months. Ian with 6 months. Let's go, man. That's the vibes we need early today.
Got one of my rooms all flooded with gold.
Good morning, Ian. Third day of Kwanzaa? How many days is Kwanzaa? Is it 4 days?
Honestly, I'll tell you.
I thought Kwanzaa was 1 day. I can't lie. 7 days? Oh, shit. I didn't know Kwanzaa was 7 days. That's awesome. Hanukkah is 8, right? Or is it 9?
Pull up my shirt full of hoes. Don't wanna got a lot of hoes. Shout out my cousin, my kin, my blood, my phone. Hold my 10, I plant that seed, give it water to grow.
So Kwanzaa is 7 days. Hanukkah is 8 days. Okay. What up, Rossi?
Never try to stop my growth. I instead to chase my goals.
Happy motherfucking Kwanzaa. Let's go.
Going through the most, stay strong. You done been him all alone. Look at all this money we done grown.
You tweet out cat already, bro?
Yeah.
Freaky little bitch, she swallow my kids. Pull up on the kid, she left her kid at home. It's 10 p.m. and Atlanta where I'm at, it's 4 in the morning. Marlboro, Spain, and the view is the same, run the corner from Jordan. Speed in the coupe, Jeff Gordon, I got the foreign imported. Knew what we sold out the Barclay, now we gon' sell out the garden. Drop them up, fuck up the market, y'all gonna really a Martian. It's squeezing me through like I'm parting, and I'm protected by carbon.
And he's the Knicks fan.
Them try to
That's
stunt
man,
my
I can't
growth,
remember.
I instead to chase my goals. Nigga white watching I'm grown, nigga can't take my throne. Going through the most, stay strong, you done been him all alone. Look at all this money we done grown, lot of them places I done flown.
Beauties.
On the way to reach my goals, lot of them open and close.
Oh. Woo. Good morning, everybody. How's my camera? Different setup today. How we doing, boys? Happy Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah.
Christmas.
Didn't even mean to say that, honestly. Good morning, everybody. Happy Rainbow Saturday. Royals in the back there. Jeff, how are you? How was your Christmas? Spent some time with the fam?
Splendid, man. Just took the girlfriend out
somebody
last
just
night for her birthday. Going into the weekend down like 15 units.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, she's got Christmas and then 2 days later it's her birthday. So
Yep.
tough time of the year for me, not gonna lie, financially. But it's all good. We're going to Florida tomorrow.
Pros and cons of the woman.
Yeah.
W Cam, what did Cam do? I didn't see anything in chat. If I'm missing it, please
Bang
let me
W
know.
Cam.
Had to be
Bang?
some sort of subs. I can't. I don't have.
I don't see it. I don't have it up either. I have it up. I don't see anything.
W subs cam.
W sub. W go subs if they're there. Oh, W camera. Oh, W. Got it.
Oh, chat.
What are we
Bait, the old bait and switch.
It's good, fat girls.
I thought they meant
love that
like
shit.
maybe Cam is money or somebody. Like,
That's what I thought it was.
That's what I thought.
Well, I got somewhat of a weird story to tell y'all on Christmas. That's why I'm wearing this fucking contraption on my shoulder.
I didn't even notice that.
Dude, so Christmas Eve, Matt Too Frosty with fucking 5. Let's
There it
go,
is.
man. And Valorant, is that the game Valorant? Gave out 2 subs? Let's go. Shout out Valorant. Haven't played it once, but let's go, man. Dude, Christmas Eve, I start feeling like a little shitty. Like I'm on the couch with my family, and we're all watching like a Christmas movie. It's just like post dinner, probably like 8:30.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden, my stomach starts feeling like a little shitty. So I like go up to my room, try to lay down like on my stomach, like on a pillow. I just feel myself ready to vomit. Run to the bathroom, start puking. Everything's like coming up. This happens like throughout the whole night. So it's like increments, probably like 30 minutes. I'm at the toilet throwing up. It's like 2 a.m. at this point. I'm like sweating in my underwear, like vomiting. Dude, I pulled my fucking shoulder from throwing up so much. I was like,
What?
I was dry heaving so bad with the stomach flu that I pulled my fucking shoulder. So like, I feel better from the sickness. It was only like 36 hours that I was, dude, pissing out
Was it
my
just
ass.
like a
dude,
stomach
like,
bug, or was it food poisoning?
I don't know what it was. I was pooping water and throwing up, like
All right.
dry heaving. Couldn't,
do
dude. I
that
was
too.
trying to sip on ginger ale, dude, and couldn't
Yeah.
keep anything down. And yeah, I pulled my fucking shoulder. Dude.
It
It's
was
been
probably
hurting like a
food
motherfucker.
poisoning. But at the same time, like if your whole family was eating the same thing, y'all would have got it.
Well, I got there. I've only had been there like 24 hours, and my girlfriend, who I was with in Hoboken, is also sick. So we're thinking we ate something in Hoboken and like
Yeah.
had to take some time to like marinate or whatever. But
I had food poisoning once. Sounds like what you had.
so beat.
It was the worst experience of my life. I remember.
Do you know what it was from?
Yeah, I got Applebee's that night. It was just me who got it because I DoorDashed it. I was in college. Like this is when I was in college, sophomore year,
I am.
and I was like, I need the classic combo. I don't know if you guys know, but if you know, you know.
I feel like I remember you telling us this.
Yeah, bro. And I so like I DoorDash it, I eat it probably like 8 p.m. at this point. And then I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. Go to bed. Shoot out of my bed like I heard a shotgun shot in the house at like 2 a.m. Literally shot straight out of the bed.
Yeah, Mr. Ski.
Straight to the bathroom. Puking. It literally felt like someone was shoving a knife in my stomach and twisting it. It was
Were you like throwing up like after you had gotten everything up though, like dry heaving too? Because I was like all night, like I didn't sleep.
So for me, it was like I puked once and then I couldn't puke again, even though I felt like I had to.
Okay.
And then my stomach though, like it was like mainly like the shits more than like puking. Like my stomach was bad for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Bro, I was at the toilet, like nothing was coming up, just like
Yeah.
and like it hurt so bad, dude. Like I had never experienced like I'm not someone who gets sick really, bro, but I was like and like I just was locked like that. Like
Yeah.
my body was reacting in such a crazy way. Like I don't know. It's Shady
Thank-
B with the 5
Thank you,
subs.
Hovey. Thank you, Hovey.
Let's
W
go,
Beaver.
man. Legacy day for Beaver yesterday.
Beaver.
dude.
5,
That was
that's
awesome.
it. Come on, bro. You made 20 something units yesterday. You're blessing us with 100.
I gave him the C's too, dude. He took an NBA play. He was on fire yesterday.
Dude,
Couldn't miss.
yeah, I should even taken that, bro. Off 2 straight L's for the first time this season.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
we knew what was happening.
On Christmas Day, losing outright. Yeah, you got to back him after that. But cool. Somewhat of a weird slate today. It's like it's interesting. We got like no ranked matchups today, but then we have ranked matchups Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Yeah,
So-
conference play is starting. I mean, this is an unusual Saturday slate just because it is like the first day of games back from Christmas break. So it's a little lower volume. But like Tuesday is an actual Super Tuesday
Mhm.
with conference play. And then every Tuesday and Saturday for the rest of the year is going to be immaculate. So
Yep.
Yeah,
This is where we lock
fucking-
in.
This is where men and boys are separated. Conference play.
It's gonna be really fun. If I was looking at Ramble's like statistics last year, Rowan and Jeff, like viewer count, January was like the month where
Yeah.
we like tripled, quadrupled our viewership of what we started at. So cool
Yeah.
time of year. I'm excited for it.
100%. Buy Johnny's stock now. Brother, stock's been high for weeks now, Pauls.
What up, Pauls? Paul's in here. Let's go, Poppy.
Poppy
What up, dude?
Pauls.
What up, Steak? Don't sleep on
Steak.
UCLA Zaga. Yeah, that's a
Good game.
best
Steak,
game
who
of
do
the
you
day.
like in that game? I have a lean. I have a team I like in that game.
Hashtag thank you, Beef. Yep. Good morning, Danon.
Yep. It's I don't know how to say your name, but yeah, get that
Hey,
going.
dude. They
Get that
covered.
going.
They covered. Just give them that. You know, they did something.
Hey, they did.
right.
Hey, their defense looked good.
No, I think Seattle just played that bad.
Steak, I do too, Steak. I just
Do you know
think-
how much money the NFL made from a 6-3 ball game with no touchdowns?
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine the bag that they made? Oh my god. A standalone game ending 6-3, dude.
I
They're
somehow
literally
won a prop in that game.
they're
I don't
Scrooge
think any other
McDucking
prop hit.
into a fucking pile of coin. Like, holy shit. Clam Mucker with a sub. 13 months, dude. That's so cool. I love seeing
Wow, I
you guys
remember
sub.
Clam Mucker.
I
It's an
love
OG
seeing
right
you guys sub and seeing like 6 months plus or like 12 months. It's fucking cool. Shout out you, bro. All right, should we just bring
Oh,
up the slate
facts.
here?
I was on Swift Steak. Swift actually came through surprisingly.
Yeah, he did. That was a good read, roll. Rushing, receiving, right?
Forgot about Noah Fant. Yeah.
It's a great read. I like that.
I didn't
You-
watch the game, but I saw on Twitter it was not
Yeah,
a
it was
good one to be watching.
It was god awful.
I saw like 8
genuinely
tweets where it was like this
God
might be the
fucking
worst.
awful.
This might be the worst game of all time. Although
they-
I will say
The NFL needs to stop putting the Bears in prime time. Like they
the
need
worst
It's just
NFL game of all time is last year Chargers on the road at New England, and the final score was 6-0, and it was raining, and it made it even worse that I was there in person.
to.
Yeah.
Well, they're playing again today, so
Yeah, who are they playing? Chargers, is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Max play on the Pats today, but I had no idea who they're playing or anything. I haven't been following the Pats, if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, money is Cam. 3U play. Gotta tail that. Dude's
I'm
undefeated.
pretty sure
on those.
Steak is on it as well.
I do lean.
I'm not an NFL bettor. I just know. I mean, the line. Yeah, I mean the Pats suck. +6. I mean they covered. They pushed +6 last year with a 0-6 loss.
I'm a big Drake May guy, so I can get behind that.
I love me some Drake.
Don't have to twist my arm, Cam. All right, cool. Let's talk about these games. The slate is kind of mid, but I think we can find some gems.
We can definitely find some gems. There's some really sneaky games
I
that are
think so,
really
too.
good on the slate.
I think so too. I have some angles that I want to ask you guys about. We didn't talk too much. Jeff and I and Royal and Jeff haven't talked. Me and Royal talked a little bit last night about the slate, so it should be interesting in terms of like the conversations we have. I have a bunch written down, like 7 written down, but nothing punched in. So this will be kind of like a true Ramble Saturday where we like kind of craft the card all together and then post it at the end of stream. So anything in this game? Anything thoughts on Louisville first? Kick it off. I didn't think so.
No, I got nothing.
Okay, let me bring up covers real quick. So on my side,
Nothing at all.
All right, you two tell me when to stop because I don't have anything sidewise really.
got you.
Like I wanna
Well,
take Georgetown in some fashion, but I just don't think it's worth it.
I think I don't mind Georgetown at all. I love fading Coppin State. One of the systems that I like doing, I know this sounds stupid, but Coppin State, fade them the game after they cover. And they didn't just cover, they won
Right.
outright. They got their first D1 win this year. Last game, winning the Christmas break with positive vibes. Georgetown's been rolling. The only reason why I'm not taking Georgetown is because I think they're going to sleepwalk straight into this game. It's right after their vacation. It's Coppin State. They're not getting up for this game at all. There's no way in my mind that Georgetown is going to be ready. Obviously, they're going to win. They're the much better team. That's why they're laying 29.5. But I don't think that they're going to be locked in at all coming off that break. If this was like in the middle of the season, like meaning like they had a game like 3 days ago and they have a game in 2 days, some shit, like yeah. But after Christmas break. I just know these guys were not they have not been getting ready for this game.
They haven't been putting up shots. They've been opening up presents,
That's what I'm
drinking
saying.
eggnog.
That's why I'm not laying the number. But Coppin State off a win, outright win. No, Matt.
What about
am I saying I even lean Coppin State?
What about
I
a
know.
Coppin State TT under, Jeff? I
No.
mean, that seems to be what you're kind of angling. Don't have to back Georgetown to spread
That
above
number,
this.
that
That's a
number,
low total, a fat spread.
bro. That number is going to be 53, 52.
Like you said, dude, it's one of those teams that's like so bad that anytime they have a decent game or score close to 70, like you can look to fade them the next game. Like
No,
it's a team-
100%. I just like for me, like I like everything we're saying. I'm
Mhm.
completely staying away though.
Yeah,
Completely
that's what I'm
staying
saying.
away.
It's just not worth it.
kind of what I think I'm liking the under the more we talk about it. I mean, similar to, we could fade Georgetown and Coppin in the
Wait,
same
yeah,
kind of
there's-
facet. I mean, this total's moving down a point too from what I can tell too. I don't hate that. It's pretty low for, laying this big of a number. Dude, this is probably Coppin State scoring like 40 points.
Yeah, probably like
Legitimately.
45 to like 68.
This feels like Texas A&M when they played Houston Christian, and this total was the same exact number, 137. They were laying 30. Georgetown's obviously not known for a team like defensively, like Houston is. But
you don't need to be known for defense when you play Coppin
right.
State.
right, exactly. So
You're so fucking bad.
just thought that was cool.
No, yeah, I like that angle. I like the under there. That's I just don't think like that just because like I don't bet totals, but obviously you do, and like that's like a perfect way to go about that.
Yeah.
With what we're saying.
Matty Mart checking in on YouTube.
What's good, Martin?
Martin.
All right, fuck that game.
Oh, by the way, tell the Twitter folk what's goody.
Yeah, Twitter folk, get over to the Twitch. There's a lot of you on Twitter right now. So it's completely free, literally on the screen right now. Ramble Now, Twitch. You have the whole chat that you can talk to. It's a better viewing experience. It's completely free. Get over here.
See
Better
if we can get to
experience for you
triple
and-
digits.
Huh?
25 away from triple digits. We just need 25 of y'all from Twitter to come
Yeah.
on over.
Let's go.
Come on.
25 of you guys can come over. Until then, we're not going over games. We'll wait. I'm kidding, but
Oh.
All right, I got nothing here.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely nothing in that.
St. Joe's is low key a wagon this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good program. Good program. Georgia Tech after they just got embarrassed in football.
And I'm pretty sure they're coming off that Duke loss. I could be wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Is
are.
that their last game? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we
it
read
could be
that
a
one.
spot.
Dude.
It could be a spot where they just kind of put the balls to the wall. Alabama A&M sucks. So the only thing Alabama A&M is good at is forcing turnovers and and offensive rebounding. And Georgia Tech doesn't turn it over, and they also defensive rebound. So could be ugly.
You know what I was thinking about Duke and what we did last year with Houston was backing teams on their team total.
Listen. No. You do that, but for Auburn.
Following games that they play Auburn.
Unless you're talking about because Duke's defense is that good.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I just think it's more like Auburn just embarrass you. Like Auburn's embarrassing everyone they play right now, at least.
I think both teams could fit in that category, to be honest.
I've been doing it with Auburn, I'm not gonna lie. Like I actually I know that's in my Discord somewhere where I say I've been fading teams or backing teams the game after they get destroyed by Auburn.
Mhm.
Just because I literally mentioned it too, like last year, like backing teams after they play Houston. Was super good last year. Obviously, Houston's still good this year, but it ain't the same.
I'm just trying to find some of those teams this year where we can kind of create systems pre-conference play and kind of ride it out. Because last year Houston was, that was a money pot.
Yeah.
You back a team's TT after they played Houston, it was hitting at like 65 to 70%.
Yeah. Memphis Ole Miss.
Memphis Ole Miss. Let's talk about it. I feel like this would be a good game for a prop too, bro.
Yeah, I got one.
There we go.
Ooh, lead
Perfect
it off.
transition.
Yeah,
I like when Jeff guesses.
All right.
All right,
Well,
can I
know
guess
it's-
too?
I know it's someone on
Yeah.
Memphis, probably PJ Haggerty or Colby Rogers.
Yep. Second one.
Yeah, Colby Rogers. I was just there's no way it's Tyrese Hunter. He's been shooting too good. And I know Colby Rogers just played like shit because I was watching them against Mississippi State and that motherfucker didn't even shoot the ball.
Exactly. And dude,
0
honestly,
for 8. God damn.
It's a good system in the NBA, but I feel like college it means so much more because I don't think he has any NBA hopes. Maybe like I don't know
No,
G League,
No,
but
he doesn't.
like college kids bounce back.
I'm still here. Hold on. I'm still here. Keep going.
No, I was gonna say it's just it works so well, so I really target it.
Yeah.
And looking like through his game log, like he performs in big games, and I know it's neutral, or actually no, not this one, sorry. But he's better on the road too. And I was looking, obviously Ole Miss's defense is good on paper, but it seems like the way they attack him is by guard play.
What's
So-
the line?
11.5. Let me see.
Yeah, I like that a lot. He's
About
got
10
a
and a
pure shot too. His
That's what I'm
shot's
saying.
actually butter.
11.5, yeah.
I'm on Memphis for 2 units. On the money line.
He's the guard with the dreads, right?
Yeah.
Colby Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the headband?
Yeah.
He's not the free throw merchant. The free throw merchant is PJ Haggerty, and then Tyrese Hunter just jacks threes, and he's been hitting like 50% of them this year, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm on Memphis. Look, I'm fading the shit out of Ole Miss. Memphis is not ranked. That 21 should not be there.
Us it covers.
This game kind of reminds me of South Carolina on the road at Auburn last year. Granted, the line was completely different. The line was like 11.5. We maxed Auburn. They won by 40. I think Ole Miss is fraudulent. You look at who they've played this year. They've played dumpsters. They played like 2 good games. Purdue and let me see the other one. They lost to Jesus, never mind. Hold on. Wrong team. Mississippi. There we go. Clicked on Mississippi State. So the best teams they played, BYU on a neutral. They won by 11, but that game was in overtime. So like, yeah, the final score won by 11. Obviously, that game was close. Purdue, they lost by 2 on a neutral, and that was a game where they shot 15 for 36 from 3, which is crazy. And then another good one, I guess, is Louisville on the road. They won by 23.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that was Louisville's first game without Kayshawn Pryor. So I'm not in love with this Ole Miss team at all. I think their guard play is really good. They don't have back to the basket bigs, where I think that's the weakness of Memphis's defense. You have Dane Danger in there and Moussa Cisse. Moussa Cisse is just a hack. He fouls out like every game. And then Dane Danger, he's not known for his rim protecting at all. He's an offensive big. But Ole Miss is not a team that's going to break you down like that. And I really wanted to back Memphis off of that loss. I mean, we just had 2 units on Mississippi State at Memphis, and they thrashed them. Now they have, like a week off or so, something like that. And they can really reflect. I know this team's pissed. And as much as like Memphis has been like up and down this year, I do think they're a good team. They lack depth, but I mean, those 3 guards they have are a really good guard tandem. PJ Haggerty is one of the best finesses in the league. I hate fading Memphis just because of how good he is at getting to the free throw line. But I really just think this is more of a fade on Mississippi than a back on Memphis. Obviously, I'm backing Memphis off that bad loss, but I'm really not a believer in this Ole Miss team. I think they're going to be good. But I don't think, I mean, right now they're ranked 16th. KenPom has them like 30th. I think those are both way too high. I think all their numbers are inflated as well. It's hard for me to tell you that Mississippi, like Ole Miss, is actually the 6th best team in forcing turnovers when their strength of schedule is horrendous. They've been
Crazy.
playing that, so
You look at Memphis too. It's like they're not like statistically that crazy in any real category other than like 3-point percentage. And it's
they don't
wild
even
to see that.
They don't even shoot threes like that.
No, it's skewed. It's not like they live or die by the 3
not at all.
as you would probably look at their stats and kind of read. But it's just such a weird situation where they play such good comp. You look at like KenPom and all these other stats, and they're not top 50 in really anything. But they get to the line and they hit their shots, and they're just dogs at the end of the day. Ole Miss is a team where I think that Louisville win is kind of skewed a bit or saturated because, I mean, you look at the spot for the schedule, talking Louisville here. I mean, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Duke. So getting that Ole Miss game smack dab in the middle is like honestly a perfect spot for Ole Miss, in my opinion, to get that dub. Looking back, that's just a tough scheduling spot for Louisville. And I wouldn't account it too much to Ole Miss being like this dominant program. And we know Louisville has shown lapses in the past too. You mentioned the injury. So I'm with you. I would mention that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Memphis moves to 3. I'm kind of surprised it hasn't. Was it a pick 'em at any point? Or did it open -125 in the money line? That's the only thing that's kind of worrying me, because it's like -1,
No, I
Looks
saw
nice.
it was 100% at a pick at one point. I want to say
Okay.
Memphis.
Like, is anybody really impressed with Old Miss yet? Like, that's the only thing I'm just worried
No,
about.
but also like another thing I'm looking at, like we were talking about how good Memphis is at getting to the line, and Mississippi. I mean, they're 241st in foul rate on defense, which is not good, and that's against really bad teams. Like that's against, you know what I mean, like bottom of the
Yep.
barrel.
And I think that's why you see them being in like the top categories in terms of assists, because it's, I mean, that kind of correlates with playing bad comp, in my opinion.
Yeah, and one thing Ole Miss does do is they give up a lot of threes. The reason why their percentage is 31.1 defensively is because of who they've played. You look at a good shooting team that they played, Purdue, they shot 46% from three. So I just think that Ole Miss is fraudulent. I'm pretty sure I did see Ole Miss as a minus. I'm pretty sure that's what I was going to say too. Pretty sure Memphis opened up as a dog and then quickly went to a pick 'em, and now it's at -1.5. So you get what, 2.5 points of line movement. I think it's a good spot for Memphis though, for sure. That's my favorite play of the day.
It looks like actually it opened. It looks like it opened Memphis -1 some places, flipped to Old Miss, and then flipped back.
Okay.
But I think it depends on what book as well. You know, it's super short spread, flipping back and forth.
And like FanDuel always comes out with the line first, and then like 5 hours later, the other books will start coming out with them. So,
what do you think in terms of script? Do you see this being competitive, kind of down to the wire, or do you really feel like this is like a 20-point dub for the Tigers? Because
I think Memphis kind of rolls. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I really think Ole Miss is just frauds. Like
I lean that way too. I'm just personally staying on the sideline. I don't know why I do this sometimes. I don't know. I'm staying on the sidelines though. I don't want to get burned by Memphis. I do like to play a lot, but I just got one of those feelings.
This is one of those spots where like I have to bet it. They're coming off that horrible loss, and they've had
I'll tell you why.
To think about it.
The only reason why is because I don't think anybody's sold on Ole Miss. That's the only thing keeping me off.
It's fair.
I don't think anybody really believes in Ole Miss, which is concerning.
At the same time, last year when I maxed Auburn, did anyone believe in South Carolina? Everyone knew that team was fraudulent.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that team was frauds, and they got shelled.
Yeah.
That's like for me, like I don't know. I haven't been looking at public perception.
Okay.
But if you like, I'm not
just a thought that came to my head. I felt like I shared. I definitely lean that way with you though.
That is fair though. That's a fair point. I also don't think people on like the devil's advocate end, like how many people are over here like saying Memphis is like elite? You know what I mean?
True.
Like, I don't think Memphis is like.
It's more so they keep proving people wrong, I guess. And this is a good point too. They have been performing well as underdogs.
Yeah, they're not a dog today, but
no,
I have to back them. I mean, this is like a very similar line to their last game at home where they lost. They lost 2 straight home games. They're not losing a third straight. I think they roll.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, this should be a really fun game to watch in terms of entertainment value with the way these teams can shoot the ball. So, and the guard play, it's going to be
guard play is elite. Sean Padula from Virginia Tech is disgusting. Same with Jay.
Ole Miss plays an awesome style of basketball. They share the rock, they distribute. It's pretty cool.
See what I mean? MJ? Back in Penny's always sketchy. I don't think people are like jumping on the counter with Memphis here.
Yeah, you might be right.
I think it's going to be. I mean, I can respect it for sure. Not taking
it's also like first game of the day, all eyes on it. I kind of want to just wait and see what happens. See if I can get a live spot. If not, then
that's fair.
I'm okay.
Well, you definitely get a live spot, bro. I think like 99% of games, if you wait for a live line, you'll get a better line. But
I agree.
Obviously, when you're like giving out picks, you're not going to be able to do that.
No.
And also, it's totally different when you see your team that you back down 10. You're like, wait, do I live them?
Mm-hmm.
They're getting rolled. But
so Royal, you ended up taking Colby Rogers points over 11.5. And,
I think I think it's correlated. I mean, he's gonna have to play good. He's been bad. And he seems to perform in bigger games too. So he played really well versus Clemson.
Cool.
We did brush over St. Joe's. I mean, 20-point spread, really I don't know if you guys had anything, but
I don't have anything.
had
No.
no
too
interest in
much.
that game.
No.
Not too much.
I'm staying away from like laying fat numbers
Me too.
against.
Me and
Yeah.
say me
Just
and Crutch were
because-
talking about that. Like the spot is great, but these teams just don't like DePaul. Like great spot for them, but it's like, are they coming 17?
The only
Why not?
reason, why I'm staying off today, all these big spreads, is because, I mean, St. Joe's isn't getting up for this game. Like same thing as Georgetown. Like I'm not going to back Georgetown just because I know like it's first game back from Christmas break. I feel like these teams that are playing these shitters are going to be sleepwalking.
I mean, St.
So
Joe's
that's-
knows they're winning.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm staying off
Yeah,
those big spreads. That's just me
definitely
personally.
be a little careful today. That's a good point. They could be coming off a stomach flu and spraining their shoulder too.
It's true. Hopefully, Ole Miss has the stomach flu. That'd be lit.
Yeah, bro. Maybe I should just do an appearance in their locker room pregame. Help you out a little bit. Get them fucking hawking. All right.
Yeah, I only have
100%
2 props right now, and 2 are in the big games. Well, both are in the big games, I should say.
I did want to
What
bring
other big game? UCLA or?
Yeah.
You're betting on them hard, I bet.
No, close,
No?
but you'll see. I
Is
just
it-
I
Just tell me what
I'm thinking
team. I won't like try and
Gonzaga.
guess. He's on Zags. Okay. So
I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's fucking stud.
it better not be Graham Ige.
No.
All right, good. You're fine then. You'll probably hit. I got nothing. For
Anything
these.
in this one?
I did
got
want to. I want to.
MJ's favorite team, Syracuse, doesn't want
Not
to
my-
admit their ass.
Not my favorite team. All right, just skip over it, bro. Just skip over it.
5 and 6 Syracuse that just gets dogged by every good team.
Fuck off, dude. I'm not a fan of them, dude. I just whatever. I don't know. I felt like they were like the little kid at school getting beat up on. I wanted to stick up for them.
I do kind of lean Georgia State here, but like that is fucking dumpster diving. So
Georgia State.
you know, that one.
I'll tell you. You know who's going to be on that play?
Yeah, money plays.
Oh shit! I was about to bring it. Hold on.
Why? What do you like about it? Because I didn't
I
like
mean,
this game.
just terrible. And this is
Oh,
their
yeah.
favorite at home now against. I mean, their schedule has been pretty bad. I mean, to be fair, aside
Yeah,
from
those are good teams.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's a decent spot. Mercer's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
High total. What, the ball's 20 now? Holy shit!
Yeah,
I
Is
know.
anybody getting there?
I was talking to you last night. I liked DePaul minus 17.
Ball.
It's
Fuck the ball.
No, I like the spot. It's just like I said. I've been getting burned on that left and right.
it is fuck DePaul, but this is dumbbell theory to the max, brother.
The only thing I
mean,
will say, is we know how DePaul plays. They shoot a lot of threes,
Mhm.
and they make a lot of threes. Loyola Maryland, not
Defense
only
is
is their
pretty decent.
three-point defense good,
Yes.
but if you look at attempts per game, they're allowing the 37th fewest attempts per game.
Yes, but dude, look at their last. Dude, they've played like
I know.
Maybe
I know.
the
That's
worst
why-
schedule in
That's why I'm
college
saying like
basketball.
take it with the. That's why I'm saying to take it with a grain of salt here.
they played.
I'm just reading the numbers, man.
I
I'm
know,
just
I
reading the
know.
numbers.
But let's give it some context here. They played the Mount, New Hampshire, Delaware State, and Coppin State in their last 4. All right.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
And you get to Paul. Yes, maybe they're not a team that can compete within their conference, but they're coming off 2 great defenses in Northwestern and St. Joe's.
Bro, what? My hair doesn't look red.
Or St. John's, I'm sorry. But looking at their TT, bro, I mean, 82.5 seems pretty doable for this team, DePaul, in terms of like matchup wise. I was definitely
Yeah.
looking at it, haven't gotten there. But with the spread moving 3 points, I think the TT was probably the best look if you want to back DePaul personally.
Yeah, go back up to George Mason.
Yeah, I'm seeing Crutch's card right now. He's on this under.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like George Mason too, laying the points. I lean that way, but like I said, for the same reason as others, I'm not laying these big numbers today. I just think that's just the approach I'm personally taking. Obviously, the under is a completely different story.
Yeah.
If anything, for all these big spreads, I would probably lean the under just by like my thought process of them kind of sleepwalking in. Maybe first half under they start really slow, but I saw a couple of people on George Mason today on my Twitter feed that I respect. So I don't mind it, but for me personally, I'm not laying these big numbers today.
I like the spot, dude. I mean, they're laying the same amount of points that Miami was just laying, and they won outright. I mean, the Mount just beat Miami. I mean, Jesus Christ. Miami needs to figure it out. Their coach just retired because they lost to the Mount. I mean, literally, did you see that? He literally
retired
just
for other reasons. I think that retirement was a long time.
I mean, you can call it whatever reason you want. The dude has been having a terrible season. Then you're like, oh, I can't compete with the transfer
Well,
portal.
you heard what
I'm
he
like,
said,
come on, bro.
You heard what he said. They went to the Final Four, and 8 of his rotation players were like, all right, we're leaving.
Okay, that's fair.
He's like, what the fuck? What do you mean you're leaving, bro? We just went to the Final Four. You don't want to run it back and try and do it again? Like, what?
My thing is, I see it from two sides. I see it from two sides. He's obviously old school, not used to the NIL shit.
It really is the NIL.
You're still at Miami. I mean, I'd have to imagine he has some NIL money, and you just can't lose to the Mount, dude. Or any of these teams they've been losing to this year. It's like it's almost unacceptable.
Southern, bro.
It's almost unacceptable.
Regardless, Southern L was embarrassing, bro. They had 7 D1 players at the time.
Regardless of transfer portal, that's embarrassing, and it's unacceptable. So for him to like tuck his tail and dip and call it the transfer portal is like kind of I don't have much respect for it, but great coach, great history. So I'm not gonna let one season.
I will say though, I don't know when the hell Miami plays next, but probably just gonna blindly back them.
Miami's not dishing out the cash. I mean, how though?
Probably not.
Oh, they play
like
Boston
Miami
College on the road. I don't know. Next time I back Miami, will be home against Florida State, most likely. All right, really good game here. New Mexico, Colorado State. Do you guys like anything in this matchup here?
I actually really like the over in this game.
Royal, anything or no?
I mean, I know you said you liked Colorado State. I kind of lean New Mexico, like not strong lean by any means. It's more so if I had to pick a side, it'd be them. I don't think Colorado State is very good. I really don't.
I think that they're a hit or miss team, and I think this line going from dog to fave is telling you they're going to hit.
That's fair. I think New Mexico is so much better.
Listen, so one thing I'll say is like what really worried me. So
Morning.
One of my buddies was all over Colorado State last game on the road at Nevada.
Morning, Salim.
They were like plus 7.5. The reason why I stayed off is because of the size of of Nevada. But in that game, like Colorado State was playing much bigger than they are. Like you look at Nevada, I think they might be the tallest team in the nation. Their starting lineup has 6'5", 6'7", 6'9", 6'10", 6'10". They're huge. And when you look on the converse, like Colorado State, and you look at who they have, their tallest player in their starting lineup is 6'7". And their tallest player off the bench is 6'9". The reason why I was a little hesitant with Colorado State at first is because of Nelly Jr. Joseph, because he's kind of a monster in the paint. And Donovan Dent, obviously, he's a bucket. But I think this is a classic Mountain West home team, short fave at home, pretty much a pick 'em. And they win the game. I mean, this is going to be a good game. I don't see either team kind of like blowing each other out. But Colorado State runs really good offense. Mm-hmm. They're really well coached. And Nick Clifford is a problem. So is Jalen Lake. But Nick Clifford specifically, I mean, that kid is nasty. And Kyan Evans, who was on the team last year, he's a sophomore now. He's been playing really good as of late. He's coming off 15-point game, 16-point game. I think he's kind of their X factor. Look at like the games that they're winning. It's when he's performing as well. They need that like third, fourth option. Yep. But I'm not gonna lie, I do like this Colorado State team and New Mexico. Also, what I'm waiting, the reason why I haven't punched this yet is because True Washington, who's on New Mexico, he's one of their guards. Didn't play last game. I don't know if he's I don't know if he's playing today or not. He's questionable. Like lower body injury. Saw John Rothstein tweet that. I forget what the injury was, but so I'm kind of waiting. Honestly, I would lean towards him not playing if this line's flipping. But I mean, I know for a fact a lot of people know about New Mexico, especially after what they did last year going into March Madness. They were the most popular 11 seed to get to the Final Four or to upset. A lot of people have them going far in their bracket. A lot of people know about this New Mexico team. Colorado State, not the same. from like an overall public perception of college basketball in general. So I like Colorado State. Line's moving towards them while bets coming out of New Mexico. So and yeah, I mean Mountain West, these home teams it's really hard to win on the road in Mountain West. So both teams are coming off big wins though. New Mexico just covered at home against VCU, and Colorado State's on just one on the road. But at the same time, like I view as I don't know, it's been a while, you know what I mean? Like they had Christmas break. So yeah.
Yeah. I like what you said. I like the over. I like the fact that you like Colorado State in some fashion, actually, to back my over, because to me, the fact that Colorado State's favored, yet this total is the highest Colorado State's seen all year. Like you can look at it 2 ways. New Mexico is a really fast-paced team. They're top 10 in pace. They have a shit ton of possessions per game. And Colorado State's kind of like the flip opposite of that. So seeing them favored and seeing the total kind of lean towards New Mexico State tells me that New Mexico State might control the tempo, but Colorado State's offense is going to be, efficient enough to just stay right there with them and hopefully win this game for you. But I see this being close to 160.
Well, one of the reasons why I think Colorado State's going to have a lot of success is they're one of the best, like truly, like the offense they run is elite. Their off-ball movement is elite. That's why they're 46th best in assist rate. But another thing is they haven't been shooting the 3-ball well, shooting at 30.6%. But New Mexico, horrible at defending the 3. They're allowing 38%. Like they're giving up wide open looks. And at home, that's where you get teams that like can't really shoot. That's when they'll have good shooting nights because they're at home. They're playing on the gym they play on every single day. Backdrop's the same. They're comfortable. So that's where you see like role players. Like when you look on the road, I'm pretty sure Royal said that like on the road, like you said this like last week, on the road, like that's where like your best players eat. But at home, that's where literally like anyone can go off. Like you can have any player, you know what I mean? You could have
rotation smaller on the road too, usually too.
Averaging 5 a game, you know what I mean? And he goes off for 20 because he's at home, he's feeling comfortable. Like he can shoot it better at home. And I think when you have a 3-point defense in New Mexico that's that bad, I think it could be ugly.
Yep. And I'm looking at it now, just doing the math as you guys are talking. I mean, they haven't come close to this 152. I'm talking about Colorado State here. In their last, 7, 8 games, like this total is just kind of screams to me like seeing Colorado State in the 150s. Granted, I know New Mexico State is high in pace, but I just have to play the over here.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like everything we said, though.
I think Colorado State hits their threes today. If they're hitting their threes, they're one of the best offenses in the country, like efficiency-wise.
I like that.
So
I will say, I guess it's scary. Donovan Dent coming off insane game.
40 points from
40,
shit. Yeah. He's a prop.
He almost ruined the other prop I had. I had Amzil. I needed 4 points in the second half, and Dent was just – oh, my God. He was in fucking demon mode. Dude, I literally needed 4 points the entire second half. It didn't cash till the last minute because he had bullshit free throws. Yeah. Crazy.
I'm not going to lie, like, I don't think New Mexico is as good as people think. Like, Donovan Dent's a problem, and Nelly Jr. Joseph is nasty. Past them, like, Amzil's solid, but he's very streaky. Like, he'll have games where he's like 0 for 8.
Yeah.
And to me, like, I know Dent and Junior Joseph are gonna play every game. They're gonna get theirs every game. But on the road, I don't trust these role players at all to be like hooping. You know what I mean? So but Donovan Dent's an issue. I know I made a tweet about him 2 years
NBA
ago.
name.
Freshman. I'm gonna find it right now. Because
that's an NBA name.
I was high on Donovan Dent for a long time now. I just want to show you guys I know ball. Hold on. Where is this?
I can already see that on the back of a Wizards jersey. Dent.
Did New Mexico, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, did they have some guy, House, who was just like
shooter? Yeah.
Is he still there?
No.
He was a fucking.
He ran out of eligibility. And they also lost
Jalen House. That was him.
Yeah, Jalen House. And then Jamal Mashburn. He's on Temple now. So that
Oh yeah,
it's completely
Mashburn.
Donovan Dent. This was last January. Donovan Dent is one of the best point guards in the country. No, come on, bro.
What was the date stamp on that?
116. Donovan Dent is one of the best point guards in the country, averaging 15.1 points and 6 assists. Kid is a textbook floor general. And New Mexico, it's the best team in the Mountain West. I must have been like, I know this was at 11:52 at night, so I remember this. I bet on them, and he was cooking, and I was like, yeah, this kid is disgusting. And it wasn't just like a one game, like the way like he plays point guard. He's like a Tyler Kolek, like he like really like.
Dude, that was kind of me with Robbie Avila, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
Except,
he's a bag of
I was
yolks.
totally kidding. I was totally kidding.
except the whole world knew about him.
I was totally kidding, by the way.
Which one, Crutch? Which one? All right, main
Shall
event.
we move?
Yep.
Dude, every time someone says main event, I just think of Cooper Flag, man.
Oh my god,
You mean Cam Jones?
He's such a bucket.
bro, my shoulder fucking kills.
Shut up.
Dude, shit
Yeah.
hurts, bro. I feel
Thank
like
you,
Punch
bro.
in your shoulder.
I'll kick it off.
Maybe it'll fix it. Dude.
Yeah, kick it off, Ro. What's the prop
So I'm taking Caliph Battle.
Khalif?
Khalif.
Is it Khalif? I could have sworn I thought it was Khalif, and then the first game of the season, I thought I heard Caliph Battle, so I was calling him
No,
that.
no, no.
Wiz Khalif
Um,
battle.
Dude, I think obviously his numbers aren't anything crazy just because how loaded Gonzaga is, but I genuinely think he's a fucking stud. And he's a baller. If you look at every big game so far, 21 versus UConn, 13 versus Kentucky, nothing crazy, but I would have cashed his prop today. 16 versus Indiana, 16 West Virginia, 12 in Baylor, 19 Arizona State. So he likes playing the big games. And past two games, not needed at all. 13 minutes, 19 minutes, coming off a nice break of about a week. Well rested, plays better on the road. I know it's neutral, but
Still,
really,
yeah.
it's not a home game.
Away
so-
from home court. Yeah.
Away from home, exactly. So, yeah, I just like him. He's coming off two quiet games. Not really, again, not shooting bad, just not needed. And I think they're going to need him tonight because UCLA's defense is nasty. We all know that. They're very good. And he hits the big shots. So
Actually
I
like
like him.
that.
I got 10.5 points. Kind of scary. It seems pretty easy, but again, I think it's kind of respect to UCLA's defense and kind of how crowded Gonzaga's team is.
I will not lie. I'm not in love with it, Royal.
That's fair.
Just because I think Kobe Johnson is going to be guarding him, and
It's fair.
he might be the best defender in the country. That's
Potentially.
the only reason. If he's not guarding him, I like it. But when I was like thinking about who's going to be guarding who, Kobe Johnson fits perfectly on Battle.
I don't think he'll be on Nemhard though.
No, Sky Clark will. Sky Clark has clamps. Sky Clark will be on Nemhard.
I do see his angle though, in terms of like Khalif Battle is a guy that can create his own shot. UCLA's defense is probably going to be pretty locked down in terms of limiting the assists and team basketball that Gonzaga is going to try to put on. I can see both sides to what you guys are saying. What line did you get?
I got 10.5.
I lean UCLA here. Coming off that loss against UNC, they kind of folded down the stretch. One of the angles I'm really, not that I'm like in love with this angle, but Graham Ike is a fucking hack. As good as he is, he cannot defend without fouling. And Tyler Bilodeau is going to put him in hell. Bilodeau is nasty, and I see Ike easily getting 3-4 fouls. Like, I'll be shocked if he doesn't have 4 fouls in this game. Like, I feel like his limits are going to be minuted. His minutes are going to be limited.
His limits are going to be minuted.
At the same time, like, Braden Huff and Ben Gregg are great. Like, they have a really strong front court, this team.
Real
I'm
quick, I
back
got
to
10.5,
UCLA.
brother.
I'm not on it officially yet. I'm kind of scared just because, like, I don't want to fade the Zags. But UCLA last 4, like, we all know, like, UCLA Gonzaga, like, this has kind of been a rivalry. It fizzled out, but like for like 2-3 years when Jalen Suggs, like Johnny Juzang, those guys,
He was a beast, man.
those guys were on the teams. This was a huge rivalry. Gonzaga's won the last 4 matchups. 2 of them came at the buzzer. I was telling MJ and Royal, like, Mick Cronin is a fucking sociopath. He's a psychopath. He's crazy.
Doesn't blink.
And I know that he has his team ready for this game.
Doesn't
They
blink.
lost to UNC, which is a similar team to Gonzaga. They love running in transition. They lost that game. And they kind of folded down the stretch. I'm not gonna lie. I had UNC, but UCLA folded that game. And that they've been sitting on that loss over Christmas break. I know Mick Cronin was not smiling during Christmas Day. There is no shot. There's no fucking shot. And I know he's going to be on his team's ass. I know they're going to be ready. Not that Gonzaga won't be. Gonzaga is an amazing team. But I think I kind of just have to back UCLA. Also, like, bro, all the bets and money are coming in on the Zags, and like this line will not move. It's been at like 4.5, and it's just not moving. So if this line was moving towards like 5, I'd be like, yeah, I'll stay off. But it's not moving an inch. VSiN has, I think, like 10% of the bets and 5% of the money on UCLA money line.
Really?
Do you consider Gonzaga like? Because the way that I kind of saw that, it's like I feel like they get the Duke and like the Yankees and Lakers kind of.
Sure.
So that's what I'm kind of thinking.
I'm looking. I'm just like it shocks me that on DraftKings alone, I'm not speaking for all books here. DraftKings should have moved this line, and there's a reason they're not. Gonzaga is getting 86% of the money on their spread and 99% of the money on their money line. And the line's not moving. There's 1% of the money is on UCLA money line and 14% of the money is on their spread. This is the most bet game of the day.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
I just don't think they're giving away Christmas presents this late in the year. It blows my, like, the line not moving is what's making me really want to take UCLA. And I mean, UCLA, they're gonna deny transition. They didn't do a good job of denying transition against North Carolina, and that's something Mick Cronin has hung his hat on.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they'll be better in that department. And I don't think Ike, like I said, like I can't see Ike not fouling. And if he's not fouling, then Bilodeau is getting easy lays because he's not a good defender. Ike is a great offense player, but he cannot defend. Like he's a decent shot blocker, but like when you put him in the post, he's hacking. So I think UCLA wins this with their defense. I'm not going to lie. When I see the total at 148,
That's exactly what I was going to say, Jeff. I was waiting for you to finish.
Might have their way.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, I said this, I think maybe last Saturday, the Saturday before. I love this UCLA team. I mean, it's everything you could ask for in terms of a great coach. They play team basketball. They limit second chance opportunities on the glass. And they're amazing on the defensive end. I mean, what more do you want from a team? And I feel like their scheme and their type of basketball that they play is like the perfect kind of counter to the way Gonzaga plays. To me, I think UCLA is going to have to slow this game down, or at least that's going to be their strategy going into the game. And you're right. The total screams that it's going to be UCLA's controlling the tempo here. I mean, 148, I don't think we've seen a Zag total in the 140s all year. And I just love this UCLA team. It's hard for me not to back them. I think I'm going to get there, but I lean the under and I lean UCLA for sure. Coming off a loss, like you said, to UNC, it's a good spot. And the Zags are just a team that I'm never really convinced with in terms of strength of schedule. I mean, they beat up on some really bad comp all year. And yes, they've had some good wins this year, but it's just UCLA is going to be a different kind of opponent here on a neutral. And I think the defense comes through. So
looking at a similar game, this is their only total that was under 150 this year. It was at 149.5, but it opened at 152. So I don't know if you're counting closes or openers, but closed at 149.5. So half a point under 150. They played on the road at San Diego State.
Yeah, but hear me out. Isn't UCLA the best defense by a mile they're playing? And it's neutral.
Oh, yeah. But SDSU is a really good defense too.
Yeah, no, they are.
The problem with SDSU is they don't rebound the ball. And also that SDSU team, that was like their third game of the year, and they have a lot of new pieces. So I'm not like looking at that like I didn't bet on either game, like either side in that game, but it was a brand new SDSU had one returning player. Nick Boyd came from FAU. BJ Davis, I forget where he came from. Magoon Gawath's a freshman, and Jonathan Coleman-Jones transferred from a mid-major. You had Miles Bird. That was the only constant. And you know what I mean? So it was a brand new team playing Gonzaga. Gonzaga literally returned everyone, and it was early in the year. So, but in that game, like looking at possessions, like SDSU was able to slow them down. They just couldn't score. They shot like shit. So I think UCLA can kind of control the pace here and win this game. Well, maybe not win, but I think it'll be close. I can't see Gonzaga running away unless UCLA gets sped up. But I don't think they're going to because they'll be disciplined after that UNC game. They just played the same exact offense pretty much. UNC team that loves running.
And we're seeing
and in the second half of that game, they were up by like 10 at halftime. In the second half of that game, they let UNC run. And Mick Cronin's going to make sure his fucking team knows that they can't let that happen today, or else they're going to get torched. So, and this line not moving is telling me, and total not moving is telling me that they're going to be able to slow them down in transition. And if they do that, if you get Gonzaga consistently in a half-court set, that's all you can ask for when you're playing the Zags. So,
bro, you know I love my team totals, bro. Gonzaga's sitting at 76.5 juice to the under. I mean, that's something they've hit every single year game this year, except for that UConn game. 2 games.
I don't know if I'm buying it.
You can't buy it.
I just feel like everything, and I'm not saying like this is. I don't know how to say it. It's like I just feel like everything looks so good on paper for you at UCLA, and kind of like you said, like Gonzaga hasn't won a big game. Is that gonna stay the whole year? I feel like everyone kind of thinks that, like you said, with like they just beat up on these smaller West Coast teams. But I don't know. My gut tells me I like Gonzaga, but I'm not betting it by any means. Really not. But I just feel like you said, team total is insanely low because of UCLA's defense, and it's a neutral. Lost every big game so far.
Well, they beat Baylor, but like that was
fat spread.
Waxed Baylor.
Yeah, but that was also first game of the year, so.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Looking back, like, was that impressive?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
it's just
it was. They won by like 40.
Well, it was, but I guess like Baylor isn't the same Baylor this year. I guess I should say.
I see your point, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, very similar spot with Gonzaga, very similar spread with that UConn game. I mean,
I see it, but this is where you have to say, why is this line not moving? With this amount of money coming in on Gonzaga, and it's not moving, not even to like 4.5. It's not moving.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're getting a team that averages 90.
They win. It's just a matter if I don't know if they cover. I guess
I don't
know. We'll see. I could be way off.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a great game though. Nonetheless, like I don't see any team blowing each other out. That's kind of why I lean the points, obviously. But for me, it's UCLA playing a similar team last game, and I know Mick Cronin is a psychopath. He's gonna have his team ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe like a UCLA first half. They played like against UNC in the first half. They controlled that game perfectly, and in the second half, they kind of just like lost their focus. But at the same time, like since that just happened, I would just take them full game because I know Mick Cronin at the halftime break is going to say, "Look what happened second half last game against UNC. We lost our focus. We need to slow down. We can't get sped up." So,
yeah. I see both angles from what you guys are saying. I'm somewhat leaning the under. Kind of leaning to both of it. Word.
Yeah, it's tough. That's why I took Battle because I think, like Jeff said, Crutch. I was looking at Fairfield for some reason. I do think they're gonna be trailing at some point. I think UCLA comes out hot, and again, that's kind of like reads I look for because then your shooters, your scorers have to pick it up and chuck almost. So, like you said, if EK gets in foul trouble, I mean that's way more volume for Battle. He has that big game like DNA. I mean, just that first game of the season too. Obviously, it was bad, but I mean, dude, he just has that like. I don't even know what you want to. He just has that like.
He had what McCain had at Duke.
Yeah,
He
I feel like
steps up
every
and hits the big
every
shot
big
in the
shot is
spotlight.
him.
Yep.
Yeah, he loves the spotlight.
Cold-blooded.
I do think it's gonna be close. I think Jeff's right. Like I think this rivalry is kind of gonna be reborn because they had some battles back in the day, man. They really did. So
yeah,
I like it.
I don't know if there's any. Oh yeah, there's a few more.
Yeah.
You were saying something about this last night.
Slight lean. I mean, it's very, very square. The only reason I'm not on is because Texas A&M. I just got there. I took Houston Christian TT under with this Texas A&M team. I mean, they limit they're just so much bigger and more physical than when they play these teams that are just so unmatched that I like taking their TT under whenever Texas Tech or Texas A&M plays a team like this. The only reason I'm not on it is because of them coming off a Houston Christian game. Not to mention this could be a sleepwalk scenario like we mentioned in the other games in terms of defense. I just saw, I mean, you're getting a TT at 58 coming off 3 straight games going over. Not a good team, playing the team that is one of the best offensive rebounding team in the country and is amazing on the glass. It's just for them to go over this number, they have to shoot lights out and play really good basketball. It's tough for me to see them doing that, but it's pretty square, so I'm not going to get on it. But definitely lean that way for sure. I have a similar spot I actually like a lot more later on in the slate, but similar to that.
I just sent out Colorado State. I'm on it officially now.
Beauty. All right. Thoughts here. Nevada, Wyoming. I'm assuming nobody has something. Fairfield, Connecticut.
I don't know why I feel like Fairfield wins or at least covers. I really don't know why. But I'm not getting. I mean, Crutch likes the under, so I guess it kind of lines up with that. But I'm curious to see how that plays out. Why does that keep doing that? But yeah, no, nothing official there.
I wanted to fade Wyoming's offense in this game somewhat. I mean, they're coming off 2 W's, which is kind of what we mentioned. I forget what team we were talking about earlier. Line moved from 7 to 6. Total also moved from 137 to 136. I like the under. I think that's what I'm going to get to. I wanted to fade just Wyoming, but I could see it as a decent fade spot of Nevada after somewhat of an obvious bounce back after losing to Colorado State. The one thing that's scary is Nevada. I mean, we know they can score, and coming off a game where they didn't shoot too well, it's kind of tough for me to take an under. But seeing a total that's 1 point lower than that Colorado State game, playing a Wyoming defense, to me, this is a game where Wyoming just doesn't shoot very well. If they cover, I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring affair. But I don't have a lean sidewise, but I do like points to come out of premium in this one. I don't know if I'll get there, but definitely something I was looking at.
Yeah, this is a tough game for me. I mean,
would you stamp that Wyoming TT under against this Nevada team?
Yeah, I don't even have a lean if I'm being honest. I'm not gonna lie. I lean Nevada when they were laying 7.5 last night,
too.
But not when it's moving like that to -6 now. So, yeah, for me it's a stay away. Total is definitely low.
Here, you know what I'll do?
So,
what do you think?
maybe Wyoming struggles to score.
The way I've been tracking my CBB leans, like spreads and stuff, is because I don't want to create like a separate action or something. So I redeem my flip coin every day.
Oh my god!
And I parlay all the sides with the $1 with the $1 flip coin. So it makes it like tracking easier. I just check the next day, and if one hits, I mean it's gonna be pretty fat. So you know what? Fairfield money line is getting locked in on flip. Just for fun.
That's awesome.
Let me get this.
It's weird enough. Wyoming's TT actually moved down a point, but the spread moved towards them, which is weird. So that's 65.5. Now it's at 64.5.
All right, here
weird.
we go.
Yeah.
Fairfield. What was the other one earlier? Oh, Georgia State. Little 2-teamer.
That's the money plays 2-team, bro. Everyone had it through you on Fairfield, huh?
NCA&T as well. Nah, fuck that team. All right.
I think I'm going to get there.
Plus 780. Who's down?
I think, if I'm not mistaken,
Here we go.
Wyoming's coming off one of their best shooting nights too. But let's keep moving. What else we got? Boise State? Anything here?
No.
I got nothing, but everyone seems to love this team. I don't know
They're
why.
wags.
Yeah.
Wagons.
Because it's Boise, bro. They got. What do you know about Andrew Meadow?
All I know is Dagenhart.
Andrew Meadow is that big white kid with goggles and long hair. Looks like a girl.
Jesus.
He's a bucket, though.
MJ's POD.
All right. I was really liking Utah State, but then a line moved, and I'm way off now.
2 points.
Yeah, this line moved from 4 to 5.5.
Agreed.
Within like the past, I don't know, this morning. So I'm off. The reason why I liked Utah State was because of the line, if I'm being honest, and the fact that it wasn't moving. But now that it's moving, I'm completely off. I didn't even want to fade SDSU. The one thing I will say is Utah State is a really good offensive rebounding team, and San Diego State suffers in that department. So could see them getting a bunch more shots, but at the same time, SDSU at home, hard team to fade. But I still lean Utah State, but definitely not getting there with it. So,
Yep, in the same boat, same exact boat. I liked Utah State in the over. Didn't know if I was going to play it, saw the line move. You said it. I did want to talk about McNeese, though. What are your thoughts on McNeese? So what I'm seeing,
it's a team full of terrorists, bro. Move on.
That's what we all told him.
I mean, they're laying pretty close to the same spread that LSU was laying. I just saw that and was playing, I know, but New Orleans just played LSU, covered on that 27-point spread.
I see what you're saying.
Now they're playing McNeese, getting a similar number. I would have to imagine people are more tempted to bet LSU on that spread, laying 20 plus than a McNeese team that's 4-5 ATS on the spread. Like, to me, this is the spot where nobody wants McNeese. It's somewhat obvious, I guess, playing a shitty team. This just feels like a rout. I mean, 24 for this McNeese team. I don't think anybody really wants to get in front of that. I mean, they just lost by 16 to LSU.
I will not get in front of that. I will not back McNeese ever again.
You see why I kind of like it. It feels like everybody's in that same boat. And I haven't gotten burned by McNeese yet, so maybe I'm in for a little treat.
Oh yeah, join the club. That just means you haven't bet on them yet.
But this feels like the spot where I backed Cal a few Saturdays ago.
That's fair.
Where everybody was off of them. They were laying a big number. Granted, it was a 3 with like 5 seconds left to cover that game, but you get my point.
I just, I'm done with McNeese, man. I don't care if they're playing a D3 team. I'm not backing them. I hate their offense, bro. Their entire offense is just ISO basketball. I absolutely hate it. I'm not getting involved with them for a while.
Okay, that's fair.
That's me though. I like what you're saying. I like what you said though. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. Like, spot is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's not laying big numbers. It just
100%.
probably won by 20.
I agree with everything you said. 1, I'm not laying these big numbers today, and 2, McNeese's terrorist organization. So, those 2 reasons alone, I'm off.
Ooh, cool. Richmond moved.
Dude,
that's another team, man. I mean,
a lot of people like Richmond today.
They just don't cover, man.
I know. They never do.
I feel like they're a team like Duquesne, bro, where they're always sharp.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Richmond used to be wagons for past 2 or 3 years? I mean, that team was always fucking covered.
Yep, you're right.
I don't know.
I know money's on it.
I can't get there.
That's one where you just lay the juice and take the money line. That's what that is. Or pair with fucking.
I can't. Yeah, I just can't. I'm not betting them. No, not happening. I'll bet them in conference play when they're sharp, but I'm non-con.
Are we high on St. John's like before the season?
Yes, system play. Mm-hmm. Take St. John's at halftime, no matter what the fuck they're up, no matter what the line is. Take them at half. Look what they do in the second half of every single game. I'll read you what they do in the second half of every game. Hold on here. Who are they playing?
Delaware, yep.
All right. So, against Kansas State at home, they were down 35 to 39 at half, and they won that game by 17. They were down 4 at half, won by 17. Against Bryant, they were up 41 to 45. They won that game by 22. Against DePaul, they were up 40 to 29, and I didn't take it. I literally said in my Discord, I was like, I'm taking St. John's at halftime no matter what. But they were up 11, and the spread was like 11 and a half. So I was like, nah. And they ended up winning by 28. And then against Providence on the road, they were down 29 to 42 at half, and they won that game. This team in the second half has been a wagon. Like, absolute wagon. And a lot of it has to do with coaching. Rick Pitino, one of the best coaches of all time. No one's arguing that. And so, yeah, honestly, I would love if St. John's is sleepwalking into this and at halftime is up like 6 or 7 or 8, and then they win by 30. because that's what's been happening with the Johnnies. They've been so good second half. So that's where I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what the halftime score is, and if it is, you know what I mean. Say if it's a 10-point game or less, I'm taking St. John. I'm taking them blindly, absolutely blind, taking the Johnnies. They've been destroying teams in the second half. And those three of the 4 teams I listed, I mean, Kansas State, DePaul, and Providence, like those aren't bad teams. And Providence is on the road, and they win the second half by like 16 points. So, and DePaul, like, yeah, they're a little fraud zone, but they're not horrible. Kansas State's not horrible. They're top 100 teams in KenPom. Even Bryant, like they're a solid mid-major, and they're dusting them in the second half. So, I kind of love that angle. I've had my eyes on Georgia on them second half for like a while now, and they've been coming through forever. Mr. Ski, I don't mind that at all. It really, Ski, like for me, it's hard because like if they're up, honestly, I don't mind that at all. I would just take that because, like
You too, Ron Mux. Shout out
like
you,
we
bro.
were saying,
Hope you had a good day, Ron.
like I think a lot of teams with laying big spreads are going to come out slow today, just because they're going to be sleepwalking. So if they're up like 5 at half, 8 at half, like bro, they're covering that -8.5 second half line. There's no question. The only way they don't cover that is if they're up like 25 at half. You know what I mean? But they haven't been doing it in the first half.
They average 7 more points in the second half than they do the first half.
And their defense is probably much better in the second half as well.
Yep, it is.
Like they've been blowing teams out in the second half.
Top
bro.
40 in the second half, and it's top 100 in the first half.
Yeah, so I mean they've been nails in the second half. So I've just kind of been following that.
That's purely coaching and adjustments, dude. That's
It's
all that is.
100% it's coaching. And I mean it's the same coach this game as it was last. So I don't know. Ski, that's up to you. That's a personal decision if you want to take it pregame. I like seeing how the game's going just because like if they're up 20 at half, I won't take them second half, obviously. But if they're up 10 or less, like I'm taking whatever the number is.
Yep. I like that. Royal, anything?
Nothing. I mean, I see what Jeff's saying. But as far as like pregame, I mean, I'm not laying 25 with this team, as bad as Delaware is.
No,
so.
no shot.
Yeah.
That's why like I'm hoping they come out slow. They're up 5
Yeah.
at half, and then you can get them like live like minus like 17 or some shit, and they just steamroll.
Yeah, I feel this one. I think that's your name. Yeah, it sucks for MJ and I. I mean, we got to. Well, he's offshore, but I got to pull some shit if I want to bet on Rutgers or something. It's annoying. I don't know what that like. Do we think we're gonna like talk to college kids? Like, what's the difference between college?
That's literally why.
That's insane. Hey, Ron Harper, like, are you gonna
well,
go
not
over your
even-
points today?
I don't
Hey,
even-
Bailey, like, you had
I don't
nothing to
think
say.
it's that. I think it's like there's way more like sources for these teams, like friends with the assistant manager, some shit like that, or
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
like someone in the locker room, and the word spreads around town. I'm pretty like that's got to be the reason. There's no other reason why like it wouldn't be legal.
You'd
but-
have to imagine.
Wonder if it's like mafia related. You always hear that shit.
Probably is because they were like fixing games
Yeah,
back in the
that's
day.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
Hey, don't talk about it too much. We don't want to get a target on our back, bro. We're good. We're in good standings with the mafia at the moment, so let's keep that going.
yeah, I think we're good, bro.
All right.
Anything in these two? I have a nasty prop in this one.
Oh,
What?
geez.
Do you really?
Prop?
Yeah, it's. I hate that it's juice, but I really like the spot.
Is it Ama Adolfo Ball?
No, Carlos Stewart on Santa Clara. I took his threes -140. Ew, never see me
Oh.
doing that. But I really like the spot. I mean, Jeff, you could probably say this guy just pulls threes.
Yeah, I'm looking at his
shooting.
previous games as well.
Yeah, he's shooting 40% on the season, and under 2 straight unders. Really, really good matchup. Highest total for Pepperdine. I know Santa Clara kind of gets
Yep.
high
They get
total,
up.
but yeah, I just think Santa Clara takes care of business. Only fear is a blowout because he hasn't really played too much in those, but a little bit of foul trouble in the past 2 games with 3. Kind of hurt his minutes, so I just took it get 1.5. Again, I hate the juice, but I really like the spot for him. Hasn't
like that,
played
dude.
in a week again, so
I actually love that. That's probably gonna be free.
I
on the
might
first
fucking
half.
tail that.
Yeah, I will too, dude. That's
Well,
my favorite.
you know how Bet365 is. They have generous odds at times.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's like minus 160 plus everywhere else.
What's
Minus
the line
150.
at?
1.5.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, he's hit it every game as of late, except for the last two, and then he had some struggles earlier in the year.
Yeah, dude, I like that a lot. Did you log it to action?
Yeah.
Let's
I
see
think I
it.
did. Oh no, I didn't. Fuck. Thought I did.
Beautiful. I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you.
I know. I was waiting for other books to put it up, but more I was thinking, I was like, I don't think the odds are gonna get. Yeah, I mean it's 158 on Caesars.
Hmm.
I was almost thinking just taking his points, but like I said, it seems like he doesn't get the full like 30, 35 minutes. He's kind of lower 30s, so I'd rather just kind of get in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
So-
that.
Yeah, like I said, I hate juice. I really don't like it for props just because there's so much like variance and so much shit that can go wrong. Where I feel like minus 140, if you take on a money line, it's like, yeah, it's more justifiable in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like again,
Yes.
Richmond today, like laying minus 150 on their money line. I really wouldn't mind that because they don't fucking cover. But on like a prop, the guy can get injured in a fucking second, and it's.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
this spot it's worth it though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? I got something in this next game, Pacific St. Mary's.
Did you have anything in this? I know you were looking at something.
Oh, I just thought Portland was a little short in
Good
terms of
eye.
spread.
It's Washington State's first ever game in the West Coast Conference, so.
Man,
But I'm
that-
not fading them. I'm not backing Portland, but Portland probably covers this game.
I mean, Portland, this is a team that lost by 20 to fucking Kent State.
What up,
I
Brody?
mean,
Yeah, they suck.
this line is short to me in terms
No,
of
it is.
Portland. I definitely lean Portland. This is definitely a game that I'm not going to get there with just because I feel like I just don't have enough knowledge in terms of outside of me reading the line to really give it enough of a basketball reason to back them. And Portland is abysmal. They lost that James Harden guy they had last year. I forget what his name was. Do you remember?
Oh, no, I forget.
Where the hell is that guy? He's got to be in the G League somewhere. But yeah, it's somewhat of a lean to Portland. Nothing crazy though, really.
Well, good for you for betting Pacific because this team is fucking. I know you're fading them, but holy shit, they have weird lines, man. I mean, they were -4 here after 3 bad losses. Got waxed.
Yeah.
Well, not waxed, but and then same thing, -4 versus Idaho.
Yeah.
And got
Yeah.
fucking destroyed. Like this team makes no sense. Their team total was in like the 80s here, I think, or high 70s. Didn't even come
Mhm.
close. Like this team is just fucking. They are weird, man. They are weird.
I want to back St. Mary's defense here. They're awesome analytically, and they've honestly haven't been performing as of late. They just played a Utah State team.
They're
This-
terrible.
Yeah.
They're fucking terrible.
I mean, Utah State has a bunch of good shooters, but I want to back St. Mary's defense. I mean, Pacific, you see their TT at 58.5. And in a
that's
similar spot, I see this being very similar to when Pacific played Mizzou on the road. Exact same spread for the most part, 20.5. Higher total at 149. They put up 56. I like St. Mary's. I think they're an underrated defense. I think they're an underrated program in general. And Pacific
I would
coming off a few
agree.
good shooting performances. I mean, dude, Pacific just shot 40-something% from three.
Yeah.
That's something they don't do. I know it was a loss, but they shot, 60% from the field, or close to 60% and close to 40% from three. So I can't pass this up, really.
Yeah, normally I agree with you with St. Mary's. I mean, they were really good the past few years, but I don't know if Jeff agrees. Obviously, he knows more than both of us combined, but I just feel like they're not that same program this year. Like they're lacking some serious talent.
Yeah, I don't know.
But however, they do play really well at home, specifically defense.
Yeah, I think like they've shown this year that they can destroy teams. Like they beat USC by 50, but then they're like in overtime with UTSA. So
Bet on
Yeah.
that.
yeah, I think
23.5.
it's just I don't know. I mean, they're 3-9 ATS, 3 straight ATS losses. It could be a good like buy low spot.
Yeah,
analytically.
that's fair. Maybe they're figuring it out.
Like I'd rather back a team off ATS losses than just regular losses because the ATS loss means like your numbers are going down. Like analytically, you're getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you can like really buy low. Like buying low, like off of
What up,
actual
Barry?
like outright loss is different in this terms of like teams going to be fired up, but analytically, like against the spread losses, it just means like you're going to have a discounted line most likely, especially off
Yeah.
3 straight non-covers.
Yep.
Definitely. Yeah, maybe Pacific's just that fucking bad too. It's a good spot for him because they are really bad. But man, St. Mary's had some good teams. I mean, I remember 2 years ago, I think they beat Gonzaga at home. That was electric.
I think that was last year. That was last year.
What was
With
it?
Mahaney. Yeah, with
I mean,
Mahaney.
essentially, you're getting St. Mary's off their worst defensive performance of the year. I mean, they just allowed Utah State to shoot 60% in their home
Yeah.
floor. I have a feeling with all this rest, like maybe we don't want to back the offense and them to cover this fat spread, but we gotta back their defense. To me, this is Pacific putting up 50 points. But that's the last thing I got on it.
Yeah, I want to look at this. How does this total match up? Because I feel like it's not loading.
Well, the thing I like total wise, I kind of like
it's
it
actually
because
pretty low.
like St. Mary's just played a Merrimack team, didn't cover the same exact spread, 20.5, and at 128 it soared over. So I think it's justified a little bit in terms of what they've been doing recently. But what up, sports guy? We talk about the bowl games?
Good,
Not yet. We'll touch on them for sure. After I think we're about to wrap up the CBB slate, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's two semi-decent, but
Bro,
nothing in these two.
I meant to tell you guys. Remember last Saturday I went to the Rutgers game, and
Yeah.
I was listening to the tail end of stream, and Jeff was talking about Ohio State. Me and my dad were listening. Dude, my dad was cracking up at what you were saying. You're like, I forget what exactly you're saying, but you're like, oh, nothing ever good happens in Ohio or something. My dad thinks you're the funniest dude ever. And that he watched just the tail end of that stream and was laughing his ass off at you, bro.
Nothing good. That is like, bro, am I wrong? They did cover that game, bro, by the skin of their teeth. They were up like 30. They were up like 30, and then the kid named All Right. His first name is All, his last name is Right. Started cooking, bro, late. And I was like, bro, go away. And they wouldn't go away. And then the fucking OSU walk-ons came on.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the walk-ons buried a 3, and it was lit. It was the difference.
I love speaking of bowl games, I love the fact that guys are getting these opportunities to play and like show their shit. Because that Arkansas game, there was a wide receiver, his first catch as a Razorback was a 94-yard touchdown.
That's crazy.
I mean, how cool is that, bro?
That is pretty skib.
Okay, you only get that in bowl games. Pretty fucking cool.
What's
DC.
better than a fresh kiwi strawberry Propel?
Wow, yeah, that is good.
That is true.
That's like
What's better?
That's like the fountain of youth, actually.
What's better than literally liquid IV, liquid greatness? Like, wow.
Oh, dude.
I think
I'm a
your
little
age
nervous
decreases
right now. I
by
have a
2.
flight tomorrow. 6 a.m. flight tomorrow, man.
Red eyes are fun, man. They're easy.
6 a.m.? That's not a red eye.
Kind of. What do you mean?
I thought a red eye is overnight.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
'Cause then you go to work with red eyes. Come on,
You
man.
bot.
It's a red eye for me.
You
All right,
bot.
nothing in those two?
Yeah, nothing. I think
I lean both faves. I'm not gonna lie. I think that UNLV line is fat, and then I just want to back San Fran. But
Dude, San Fran's like sneakily very
Good.
good in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not getting there with either though.
Although they lost,
likely.
was it Mogbo?
yeah, dude.
He's on the Raptors now.
Yeah, he's a mogger.
I haven't looked at the
Rainrod, final boss.
He's always mogging.
Okay. Yeah, we can go NFL quick. I got a couple plays.
Let's do it.
3 games on. So yeah, I do lean the Pats. I just
No,
yeah, I really do. I just think I think they keep it close, and you look at this Chargers team. They're down. I'm pretty sure Dobbins is out. I think he was questionable, but I think he's out. Gus Edwards
back
is
in.
out. Is he back in?
I think he's back in today, yeah.
Even still, I mean, I don't think he's going to be 100%. I don't think this is the game to run him into the ground against the Patriots. I think he's going to have success just because the Pats' run defense is pretty bad at this point with all the injuries and just
Ew.
low morale.
Sure.
But I just think they hang around. I kind of think Chargers kind of catch them sleeping. Let me see who they're playing next week. I think it's a big game. Well, technically, I know it's the Raiders, but it's the division game here, and obviously this conference or division is always fucking close. Always close games. I mean, the Raiders should have beat the Chiefs. All that. Yeah, you wish, DC. But yeah, I don't know. I just think Chargers kind of snooze walk here. I took Lad McConkey. I mean, I'm done overthinking shit in the NFL. This guy rips up fucking man coverage. He should avoid Gonzalez. I mean, Lad is always in the slot. Gonzo always plays outside, 80% of the time. If he shadows him, I'd be really surprised. My only fear is they don't have any other weapons. I mean, Quentin Johnson, we all know how bad he is. And we're Josh Palmer guys, but just hasn't had the season we thought. So he might shadow Lad. I'm really hoping he doesn't. But if he doesn't, Lad's going to fucking cook. Rips up man coverage. I mean, 70.5 yards, really not too much to ask for at this point with the targets and everything he gets. So I took him. I think they're going to need some offense to win this game. I think they win, but I think it's a struggle. I really do. So I took that in the first one.
Surtain didn't shadow, so I assume Gonzo won't either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
that's got to be the main concern. I mean,
oh, yeah,
for anybody
100%.
looking at McConkey today, for sure.
Dude, Gonzo is – if the Pats were good, like if they were a good record team, Gonzo would be getting probably like Surtain Slurpage. I mean, he's incredible. He really is. I still can't believe I think it was the Commanders drafted fucking Emmanuel Forbes over him when he was the best corner pre-draft. It was crazy.
It's something about those red, white, and blue jerseys, man. You get them, you get superpowers.
Mario Douglas,
I mean, you're not
receiving
wrong.
ladder. Mr. Ski, I mean, you did give us, was it Elijah
Moore?
We
hit on Douglas earlier in the year, me and Ski. And then Elijah Moore. He's good, man. I took him against the Cardinals, got burned. When was that? 2 games ago? Yeah, 2 games ago.
I like Demario Douglas receiving yards.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's really good. Him and May have a connection. He's gonna be a good piece moving forward.
Lad hasn't had 7 catches all year. Really? I figured.
No, he did. No, he's saying Douglas.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Yeah, I just took Lad. Like I said, I'm done overthinking it. If it doesn't hit, I can hang my hat. I know the matchup's there. Assuming the game scripts, I think it's gonna be closer. I don't think they're just gonna run out the clock.
No, he's talking about McConkey because
I'm sure he had 9. Yeah, he had 9.
Yeah, he had 9. He had 9 versus Atlanta. Yeah, that was the only game that he went over that 6 mark. Though he's went under the last 2, at 5 and 6, 6 in that Denver game and 5 versus Tampa. So under in 2 lines back-to-back weeks. But yeah, the Falcons game he ate. I could definitely see it though. I mean, this is a guy that should be getting the volume today. I'd have to imagine. And if people that we respect, like the Patriots, like Cam is 3U maxing it, you like the side and the Patriots. I mean, hopefully Chargers will be down and you'll be able to get that chunk yardage pretty free. McConkey's a guy you can just hang your hat on, bro, at the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying. And like I said, with Dobbins coming back, if he is back, you said it's official?
I mean, his lines are posted. I would assume he's being eased in because his line's at 56.5 and playing the Patriots.
If he was fully healthy, that'd be in the 70s.
Right. So I don't know.
Still questionable technically, but yeah, even still, like you said, they need him for the playoffs. This is a guy with horrible injury history.
Yeah.
I just can't see them running into the ground.
You'd have to imagine they're going to try to keep him healthy as possible for the playoffs with his history. That's a great point.
Yeah, exactly. And Gus Edwards is out. Not that he was anything to begin with. And then I know people are high on that rookie, Vidal or Vidal. I don't know how to say
Vidal, yeah.
And to my knowledge, I don't think they have any sneaky guys on the practice squad or anything. So I think they're going to have to be – I think they're going to be throwing more. They're going to be, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, shit like that.
Pop Douglas got to be 4 and 12 on his receiving over.
Yeah, he always floats like right around it, I feel like. That's why I think Ski always goes receptions because he's going to get the targets he should.
Okay. I don't mind it. I kind of fuck with it.
Yeah, and the tight ends have been eaten for New England, but Chargers are pretty good versus tight ends, obviously, with Derwin James. I can't remember the other safety, but they just got good coverage, guys. And that Harbaugh defense.
Yeah.
guys
He
are.
had 4 catches for 20 yards against the Colts. Man, yeah, I guess you're right. So he's not a big play receiver, really. He's more of that
No, he gets a lot of
target,
screen passes.
screen pass, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if he's going to be involved and he's going to go over his passing yard or his receiving yards, he's most likely going over his receptions as well. Yep. Okay. Cool. I like that. All right, it's a good little nug. I got
next one's
something.
tough. There's a lot I like. I can't get to the table with anything. I really can't. What you're gonna lock something in?
I thought we were going to go over the Cardinals game, but we can go over
can do
Bengals.
that.
That's fine.
I got
No, we can
something
do
for it.
Bengals. We can do Bengals first. It's just going
I
in order.
mean,
What are your thoughts on the Bengals right now? Are you impressed? Are you
No.
buying into them at all?
I'm buying in because they're still alive,
Yes.
and we know the NFL loves their stories. Bengals kind of have that magic in the past. Granted, their defense was a lot better. That was something we touched on before season all year. That defense can be an issue. But I mean, they want Burrow in the playoffs, man. And I'm not saying like shit's gonna be rigged or stuff like that, but to me, I don't think the Bengals are slowing down. I'm not impressed because this is what I think we all expect from their offense. I mean, you have one of the best QBs in the league, arguably the best receiver in the league. T. Higgins is a fucking stud. Chase Brown's been amazing. So really not. I mean, obviously it's impressive what they're doing, but like it's expected in my opinion. So,
Exactly.
but I don't think they slow down here. I mean, I don't think
Excuse me.
Denver's ever seen a 50 total. Let me see. Yeah, nothing even really close, which is
wow.
crazy because I think Denver's going to score too. I think this game's going to be awesome. I wanted to take T. Higgins because he just matches up in man coverage a lot. But the only problem was, I don't know if Token's in here, he pointed it out, Jamar Chase has actually been playing a lot of slot, which Surtain does not shadow in the slot. So that kind of tells me he might be on T. Higgins and just let Chase do his thing, kind of. Or is it going with... Oh, Surtain's kind of been getting cooked, though, which is kind of weird. But you got to think he kind of bounces
who?
back. I mean, just in
By who,
general.
though?
I mean, I don't think it's anything impressive. I remember... Oh, man, who was it? Someone caught a deep ball over him. Let me see.
Dude, the thing about the Bengals, man, it's like I don't want to buy in because the last games they've played have been against the. I mean, we can talk about how non-competitive the NFL is this season, but there's like 5-6 good teams in the NFL. I mean, genuinely, and there's just such a large fall off. I mean, they've beaten Dallas, the Titans, and the Browns in their last 3.
Yeah, Browns games. I mean,
ETR,
man.
I just feel like we got to pump the brakes a little bit in terms of I can't back the Bengals on the spread. I do like what you said about the over a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think that's the best look.
I don't think their offense slows down. And correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, very over heavy teams, so it somewhat makes sense. But I get what you're saying with Denver's totals not being up this high.
Right, but then again, it's the Bengals, right? I mean, they've been one of the best offenses in the league against anybody. Yeah, I was gonna say Sutton's another guy I like. I mean, Bengals secondary is just atrocious. Jordan Battle is playing a lot more, and if you know him, he's kind of more of a box safety. He's not really great in coverage. Trying to think who else. I mean, their DBs are just terrible. Trey Hendrickson's on an expiring contract. I mean, who knows how much motivation he has. They really don't got anybody else. I do like Bo Nix rushing yards. I think he'll have a ton of opportunity there. But yeah, I like Sutton. I think he goes off. Like I said, I couldn't decide between Higgins or Chase. And I'm trying to think. I was Chase Brown under rush. Yeah, this is what I was gonna say. I don't hate that. I don't love it just because that dude is similar to Kyron Williams, where he just gets so much fucking volume.
Fed.
Yeah, so I like his receiving yards more. If I had to choose, I would take his under in rushing, but I don't love it just because his volume. But I definitely don't hate it at all. I do like his receiving yards though, so I think he does a lot of damage there.
Mm-hmm. Sutton catch ladder 6, got 5 and 3 in the last 2 games against Colts. Slow tempo, solid D. Chargers. Now get the Bengals defense. Yeah, I mean, backing a receiver against the Bengals is never a bad look. I can't hate that at all.
Yep.
This is a big prove-it game, I think, for both these teams. I can say that this is the most that's on the line in terms of the 3 games we have in the NFL. Both these teams are fighting for playoff spots, so should be interesting. I like the over. I think everything we said kind of correlates to the over. And yeah, I like that.
That's what I'm thinking. One team total is gonna hit, maybe even both.
Yeah. Arizona Rams, bro. I
Yeah,
mean,
what
how
you
do we
got?
not back Kyler Murray's passing yards?
I do think they're trailing, so I don't hate that.
I mean, trailing game script, we get the Rams, we get a 47-point total. You get Kyler, I think, under in his last, I think 2 or 3. His last 2. He had 202 and 224 last 2 weeks against decent matchups. I mean, playing Carolina and New England, I mean, decent matchups going under in those, and now playing the Rams. This is, I mean, we said it last week with Cardinals. When the pressure's on, they don't perform. When the lights are brightest, they don't perform. They shit their pants. When the pressure's off, like it is in this game, they show up. When nobody wants to believe in them, they show up. They're the weirdest team. They're hot and cold. They're black and white. You never know with this team. But in this spot, I think it's a spot to back the Cardinals after I think a lot of people got burned in that last week with Kyler. So I like it. I like Kyler's passing yards. I'm not going to get there with a side, but that's definitely the prop that stood out. That's the only prop I locked in last night. I think it's my favorite. So I really like it.
Yeah, I took Trey McBride. Kind of correlates with you there. Rams really bad versus tight ends. DGen likes Kyle Murray rush yards. Connor is expected to start. Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, like you said, I think they're gonna be trailing. I think the Rams rushing offense is just too much here. I mean, you look at the grades and matchup, their O-line is just really, really decent in the run. And Cardinals defense has been playing better, but it's mostly their pass defense. Run defense is still a problem. And this team has no problem. Actually, they love doing it. They love handing the ball off when they have a lead. So I do like that. I do think Kyle's going to have to make plays. Obviously, division game where you would assume motivation's a little higher. But I took McBride. Rams really bad versus tight ends. I mean, this guy is just incredible versus zone. Rams are very zone heavy. And, I mean, it's Kyler's favorite target. It's no secret. I mean, Marvin, I don't want to call him a disappointment because he's a rookie and he's learning. But just not what we really expected. I think we all thought numbers going to be a lot higher. However, McBride has been insane. So I'm done with I'm not doing the McBride touchdown. I hope he gets it, but I mean, the books are fucking cleaning up with that shit. Not saying it's a bad bet by any means, but it still hasn't hit, and everyone's betting it. But I took the yards. He's going to see a ton of targets. A really good matchup. I also took Blake Corum on the other side. I got 13.5 rushing yards on FanDuel. Just look. I mean, we've said it every week. Like, Kyren Williams gets fucking fed. I'm just pulling it up here just so I have it. Pretty sure he's had 25 carries in both games.
20 plus, and I think 3 straight.
29 versus Buffalo, 29 versus San Fran, 23 versus the Jets. I mean, you got to think they factor in Corum a little more here. Again, really good matchup. They drafted Corum, decently high when they have a young running back like Kyren. So obviously they saw something in him. I think this is the perfect spot for him. I mean, I don't have it in front of me, but backup running backs also eat versus Arizona. When they come in for a drive or two, a play or two, they kind of pop one off. So I like that too. And this is one run. I mean, he's been solid when he's been in there. Obviously, he was a beast in college. So I really like that. To me, this is 2 carries, maybe even 1. So I got McBride on the Cardinals side, and I got Blake Corum on the Rams side.
Yeah,
exactly, bro. 100%.
That's exactly what we're thinking, Evan. It's like when the pressure's on for them to perform, they don't do shit. And then in a spot like this is where you like to back the Cardinals. I like Corum. I definitely like it, but I would not be surprised if Kyren gets another 25. At the end of the day, like, Rams are still fighting for a spot, right? So that's the only devil's advocate I'll play against it. But I'm a big Corum guy. I thought he was going to get.
That's why I like the Rams. The Rams need to win to keep Seattle out. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
So I think they're going to have a lead, and they drain the clock almost as good as the Eagles do, or they try to, at least, I should say.
Interesting line here. D-Rob is lined up to get 2 catches before Atwell. Robinson had a catch in 3. Wow.
Dude, I am starving.
Wow. That's actually a pretty good nug. What you going to grub up, Jeffy?
Dude, I have no idea, bro. Whatever's in the fridge.
Robinson's
fa-
good too.
You're at the fam house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jets, Buffalo.
Yeah, it's
You know-
tomorrow, but
Oh, that's tomorrow. My fault.
I'm
MJ, you're
rooting-
in the championship, right?
I'm in the championship with DC right now, bro. JSN had a stinker, so I'm a little bit concerned. But
fuck up, Xander.
You're projected to win by
Coming
7.
down, don't worry.
yeah, I'm projected 121. DC is projected 114. I'm just happy Zay Flowers had a stinker for DC. That saved me because
Hopefully,
JSN had a stinker too.
hopefully Jonathan Taylor doesn't do what he did last week. Or else you're cooked.
I got Josh Allen, Chase Brown, Drake London, Bowers, Brown, and Shakir. So
Oh, I like Bowers again next week.
root
Or
for those guys.
tomorrow, I meant.
Zay did
Dude,
suck.
he's fucking insane, man. I like we all knew the talent was there, but I was curious how it translated just because one, obviously Georgia, really good product. Two, when he got drafted to the Raiders, I was like they're not gonna know how to use him. And honestly, I think it worked out better because he just gets fed.
Yeah.
But dude, he's a fucking monster, dude. The guy's fucking specimen.
Canada relief. You might have missed in the beginning, but I had the stomach flu on Christmas Eve so bad that I threw my shoulder out throwing up. So
That's
I'm
impressive.
I'm down bad right now, dude. Threw
That's
my shoulder out yakking, bro. I was yakking all night Christmas Eve. Santa gave me an extra present. Gave me some Pepto Bismol. Cool, dude. We've been streaming for an hour 40. Does not feel like it. Good lord. I was gonna say
hungry, bro.
we could touch on the bowl games, but I haven't looked at them once, so I don't.
Yeah,
No point to bullshit them.
those ones are hard too. I feel like you got to know your shit because there's a lot of backups playing. I don't want to say motivation's low, but it's like I feel like there's no defense in these games. Like you're seeing big play after big
Bowl
play.
games, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you're
what I'm
getting a
saying.
lot
You
of
got
guys sitting out.
transfers.
Yep.
Well, not even that. The transfer portal. I mean, you got guys committing like while the season's still going on. To me, that's fucking crazy.
And they usually
they're
don't
gonna-
play
if they're
those
gonna
bowl
have it-
games. They
Right,
transfer and don't play.
If they're gonna have it like free agency, I think like you gotta wait till the season's over. In my point, I mean, what was it with Penn State? Like somebody
hmm
decommitted while they're in the playoffs or something.
Dude, Oklahoma had 25
like that?
transfers. 25. I mean, they had like 8 wide receivers leave because of the
Yeah, it's
QB
crazy.
situation. It's
I'm sure
insane.
MJ's done a few keg stands back in the day.
Party so.
I don't know about Jeff though. Jeff doesn't seem like a keg stand kind of guy.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
All right. Well,
Be honest.
we're gonna be live with DGen tomorrow for NFL around like 10. I don't think they're not doing prop talk, so we're just gonna do a collab
Yeah.
stream tomorrow over at Ramble around
I will
10.
not. I will not be in attendance.
Are you gonna be there for Super Tuesday?
Yeah, I'll be in Florida, so it depends what time.
Yeah, just let us
That's
know.
all
who's
right.
I
gonna
don't
do
like.
what.
I don't know my plans. You know what I mean? Like I'm going with my girl's family, and I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I can't go to dinner with you guys.
Hold
because
on, I
I'm
have to
streaming."
lab.
Well, I was thinking actually because it's New Year's, ain't it, on Super Tuesday?
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
New
is.
Year's Eve.
So we have
Oh, yeah.
off work, so we could do it in the morning.
I'm down with whatever, bro. Like morning's definitely gonna be better because my girl still has to work
Yeah.
for like the first like 3 hours of every day. So mornings will be better.
Let's do
I'm
it.
gonna be fucking dialed. I'm gonna be so dialed in Florida. Oh, I can't wait.
Let's shoot for that. Let's shoot for. Maybe we'll do a morning stream New Year's. That makes sense because I don't want
Yeah.
to stream New
Like
Year's.
Tuesday
afternoon.
morning.
Yeah, I don't want it either. I mean,
And
No
that
one's gonna
slate is
join.
funny. Actually, the games start at fucking noon that day.
yeah. Next question. We'll have
What
a
the
ramble.
hell?
We'll have a
Yeah,
ramble
there's
Saturday
games
on
at-
Tuesday.
Oh shit! Wait, dude. The whole week the games are like during the days.
Wow. Yeah, so
This
we might
is
have to talk
great.
about like. Yeah,
Oh,
we'll do it
this is
Tuesday
money.
morning.
This is money.
I like
Tuesday
it.
slate is kind of feeding too.
Dude, Tuesday and Monday slates are beautiful.
Yeah.
Sunday's decent too. All right. We'll raid DGen, show them some love, drop some test tubes, let them know that you came over from here. We will be on with them tomorrow around 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Shout out everyone who came through on like holiday break to a stream. That's pretty cool, especially in the morning on Saturday. So shout out y'all. Boys, anything before we send them?
No, not really.
Yeah, I was stretching, but nothing really, man. Hoping for hope we all fucking sweep. How about that?
Yeah. Look,
Just
look.
a
I could have
fat
came in here and dwelled on the past. I mean, I got brutally hooked on Hawaii on Christmas Day, but it's whatever, bro.
You and I both, Jeff.
You
We
can't
both have a
change
lot
the
to
past.
bitch about.
Builds
You can't
character.
change the past.
Brutal hooks build character.
Yep.
All right, boys.
Fuck Christmas
We will
Day.
see you soon.
Fuck Hawaii. All right, boys.
Light it up.
My stepper gon' brush him if I press the button too drippy to
Drippy
scuff.
to-
The beat in the duffel, it came with a muzzle, so why would I touch it? Diamonds dancing flooded, we don't turn nothing to something. Niggas be capping, bluffing, tweak that's a hole in your muffin. What's all attention? Try to run off with the drip, but ain't give me a mention. Switching, we bench them. Trees at the drop, we gon' pull up with blickies and drench them. Look at these actors, dropping the brakes, ain't never spin Cali. Spinning for rappers, what's the chances that he got his ratchet? It's gonna be a disaster, he ain't no stepper, that boy in a fashion. Stop all that capping, ain't for his mata cabbage, he in a casket. Gang gon' whack him, he made a diss tryna get a reaction. Came with the catch him, crash him, whole gang spinning for the back end. Want me to be disrespectful, pull up to the funeral, spit in the coffin. Put some more shots in his mouth.